Congratulations, Joy and Austin. We're so excited for you guys, and we just I think especially for me, I've seen how y'all have done it right and how the Lord's blessing you now, and it's just so neat to see this marriage and this union here. So congratulations.
We're really excited for you guys and looking forward to all the new things that God's going to bring in your life, and excited to see what God's going to do.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, June 4th, 2024, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Last week, 6 days ago, we missed this, but apparently in that time frame, Mr. Jason Duggar soft launched a new relationship, and the interwebs is going wild. Actually, are going wild. For the last couple of years, there's been hints and rumors that Jason Duggar had been in a courtship with a girl named Claire Langdon. The Langdon family are from Tennessee. They're friends with the Bates family. They go to a large independent fundamentalist Baptist church, and the family also attends Big Sandy conferences, and we're seen with the Duggars in photographs at various events over the last several years. And it always seemed like Jason was in close contact with Claire. And now that this hard launch has come out, it appears as though everyone on the internet and someone that knows the Duggars believes that this is Claire Langdon, and this actually has been going on for a couple years now. This launch seems to suggest that there is a lot more closeness in this relationship than just, basically meeting each other through their parents and then not spending any time together. She's actually wearing pretty scandalous clothing for a Duggar girl, if you ask me. But if you know anything about the Bates girls, some of them have taken steps to, while they're still fundamentalists, they wear, tank tops and sundresses. There's a lot of skin in this photograph with Jason and this girl, so we'll dive into it. But Jason simply shared the photograph on his Instagram with a heart, and then they are at the beach and they are twirling around and they're even holding hands. Obviously, because they're holding hands, everyone was speculating that they're probably already married. I highly doubt that. And if you recall, courtships are always different for the boys and the Duggars. You know what I mean? Like, Jason is 24 years old and he would be a man at this point, and even though he lives in a tree house with his parents, not with his parents, without a bathroom, he is still can decide if he wants to actually kiss the girls. And because the Duggar boys have never followed the rules, will never follow the rules, and will do things like post photos with their shirts off and go on to boats with their shirts off and have no problem being shirtless, which is completely taboo for the Duggars, they don't get in trouble. They don't get in trouble with mom and dad. They don't get shunned. They don't get disinvited or uninvited from family functions. No, it's the girls that get uninvited for wearing pants and, touching their boyfriends before they get married. So rumors started circulating back in 2022, because over the course of several months, Jason was constantly photographed with Claire. The Langdons are actually from Connecticut, and shockingly, when you Google their names, the girls actually went to a school, not a public school, but a Christian school. And according to a website, Claire actually went to college in Connecticut and was part of the rowing team. Claire is also a second grade teacher and works apparently at Temple Academy in Tennessee. So while she originates from Connecticut, it would appear that she has moved now to Powell, Tennessee, where she attends Temple Baptist Church, and she works at Temple Academy as a second grade teacher. She has several siblings. Her parents are Ryan and Lori Langdon. So the Langdons are what would appear to be independent fundamentalist Baptists that are connected to the Institute in Basic Life Principles, Lori, her mom, and I got these off Reddit, so here this goes to Duggar Snark, apparently had posted some visits where the family were visiting with the Duggars. The Duggars also went ahead and attended a wedding for one of Claire's sisters, and Jason has tagged hanging out with the Langdons. Some of the Langdons must now live in Tennessee because of where Claire is teaching. Either way, there's a lot of proof here to say that he is courting Claire Langdon. And it's more than likely that they met through the Institute in Basic Life Principles, and even more likely that it's because he met them through the Bates. In the comments on his post, almost a lot of the Bates were congratulating him, like Zach and Tiffany, who is married to Lawson. So, and, you know, people were initially speculating that it was Addie Bates, but she's only 18 and doesn't look anything like the girl in the photographs. A couple years ago, Lori shared photographs on her Facebook page, and she had tagged Hillary Spivey and some other people. This was actually shared on Reddit. And she was down in Big Sandy for the family conference and said, "Words can't express what a wonderful and blessed week we had at Big Sandy. Birthdays, surprise visits from big sister and close family friend, crawfish boil, campfires, uplifting sessions, mom squad, speed, volleyball teams, 3 to 4 hour something nights, fishbowl, midnight bicycle rides, and the sweetest friends and fellowships were just a few of the highlights. We miss you already." And then she hashtagged family conference. I don't know how long the Langdons have been involved in the IBLP, but they are what would appear to be a more progressive member of this group. Okay, so there are people in the Institute in Basic Life Principles that are like the Duggars, and they are the model family, meaning the girls all wear dresses and skirts, and they don't show their knees, and they don't show their shoulders, and they certainly wouldn't wear a tank top, and they don't wear anything that would defraud anyone. And the women are always buttoned up. The guys don't wear shorts. You know, Jim Bob doesn't wear shorts. Jim Bob and Michelle are very traditional. And when the Duggars were on television, they were very much the model IBLP family. There are other families in this group that take some of it and don't apply all of it, right? So you will see families like the Spiveys that, even though they are very devout and very indoctrinated and very brainwashed, Hillary still wears pants and she will wear shorts. And you'll see girls in this group that wear shorts and pants, like Abby Duggar, who's also part of the IBLP, and her family is part of the IBLP, but they allowed their girls to wear pants. So not all parents had the same rules for their kids. Jim Bob and Michelle's rules were like the ideal, where you don't allow your girls to wear pants. And Jim Bob doesn't like pants at all. So with the Langdons, because they are not, quote unquote, I would say a model family, they come more from, and the fact that she's in the IFB, I don't see her necessarily wearing pants very much in her photograph. She's almost always wearing skirts, but there's photographs of her sister where she has dresses with her complete, like, off the shoulder tops. Her sundress here, she's showing her knees, and it's literally like a tank top with strings, like a string tank top. So strings that you tie, a string tie, I don't even know what they're called. But yeah, so some families are not as strict. So that doesn't mean they're not adherent to the guidelines of the brainwashing of the Institute in Basic Life Principles. And Jason may show his shirt or show his chest, and he may do things like listen to rock music, but he also still goes to church with the Duggars. He also is marrying someone or is dating someone that's from the IBLP. And given that Jim Bob has lost children from the IBLP, he's not going to marry someone in the family unless he knows that he can control the family. That's why he picked the Spiveys. That's why he picked Hannah's family, Hannah Duggar, or, Weissman. That's why he picks who he picks. He made mistakes by picking Derek Dillard, and he made a mistake by allowing Ginger to marry Jeremy. And he may be on the cusp of making a mistake with Austin, as some of the girls are sort of separating from this cult. So when he started losing his daughters, he became a lot more controlling about who he would marry. And that's why Jed married Katie Nakatsu, because he knew he could control Katie's dad. With the same thing with the Caldwells, with Joseph marrying Kendra. Same thing with Abby and John. And now it would be no different with the Langdons. The Langdons could be entering into what's called groupie territory, groupies of the Bates and groupies of the Duggars. There are people that have become enamored with the Duggars and Bates, and they actually have moved either to Tennessee to be near the Bates or in Arkansas to be near the Duggars. And the sole goal of some of these people when they move is so that their kids can marry into the Duggar family. So yes, there still is a market for the Duggars in the cult, shockingly. Jason has literally the best chance of breaking out of the mold. But if he's going to be marrying a family that is part of the IBLP, they are less likely to leave the IBLP. So I'm like cautiously optimistic, but I'm not going to hold my breath. And the fact that they're holding hands doesn't tell me anything. The fact that he's wearing shorts doesn't tell me anything. Because at this point, Jason's already proven that he doesn't want to follow all the rules, and Jim Bob doesn't discipline the boys the same way. He just doesn't. The boys are allowed to court without chaperones, or they do go out and visit girls without chaperones. They are allowed to do whatever they want. And it's the girls that Jim Bob is controlling. And what I thought a lot about is that Jason is 24 now, and so he's going to be getting whatever, maybe getting married. I don't think he would announce this if there wasn't a marriage coming. I think it'll probably be a lot like Jeremiah, where it's like, oh, hey, we're courting, even though we've been together for like 2 years. And then next month they're getting married or something, like what happened with Hannah. So long story short, Jason debuting this doesn't mean that just because she's wearing a dress like this, that she's somehow not less of a fundie. But she does have a college education and she's a teacher, which is very different than the other spouses that have been brought into the family. I know that Abby is a nurse, but I don't believe Abby has like a 4-year degree. And I don't know that she must have some sort of college if she's teaching at a Christian elementary school. She would at least probably have to have a bachelor's degree. So maybe she got her bachelor's degree from the University of Connecticut. Oh my gosh, a secular school. Maybe some of that secularism will rub off on Jason. Maybe they'll break free after they get married, but I don't know. I don't have hope, because I feel like anyone that's going to be with the Duggars at this point would have to be someone that Jim Bob can control, and that is willing to have the daughter come into the family. And then that just makes me sad for the girl, because if she's had a life where she's been able to be out in the real world and go to college, she might have to get dialed into a cult. And that's how I felt when Hannah joined. It's like Hannah walked into like a minefield, because her family had already left the IBLP and now she's back in a very high control environment. So while I'm happy for them, I'm also scared, because she might be coming into a really unhealthy dynamic in the family. And I wouldn't want anybody's child to be in that kind of environment. But there are families out there that are literally obsessed with the Duggars still, despite all of the horrible, terrible things that have happened and that Jim Bob has done. So congratulations to them. Maybe we should free Claire. I don't know. Or maybe Jason and Claire can run away into the sunset and not have anything to do with the Duggars. Maybe they could move far away and not live by the Duggars. I don't know. All right, you guys, what are your thoughts about the soft launch and the relationship? Tell me in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click on the bell so you never miss a video. Bye, guys.